Hello everyone, pour yourself seagulls and take cookies, because today we will have this long, cozy, spoken video. You now on the screen see the recording of that, how I create 2D animation. At all for this specific job, it took me somewhere 2 hours of clean time, but I sped up the process to put him in this roller. While there is magic in the background, I want to chat with you. Just share your experience. Tell how you can make money on animation at all, how to look for customers. I will show you what you can do yourself. Listen immediately, such a technical moment, until I forgot. AA YouTube rules are like this now, that I just physically can't inbox you. Clickable link in description. Because my channel is not developed enough yet. Yes, it's super uncomfortable. Therefore me, placed on the screen here is this car code. You can just point your phone camera and go, well, or I'll leave the link in the description. You will have to copy it with your hands and paste it into the browser. Sorry for such inconvenience, but while working with what is, help me develop a channel and make it popular. So let's start from the beginning. Often asked how much you need to study to start earning. I personally studied animation tightly for about 3 months. For 3 months I just sat poking at programs, watched something, tried to understand how it even works, and only after that I dared to take my first order. And you know the first order is straight stress. I did one animation for about 3 days, seriously 3 days. I constantly doubted redid. It seemed to me that everything is crooked. You have when you start can turn out faster, maybe slower, and that's totally fine. All of us are different. Now I do stuff like this in a couple hours, as you see on the screen, but this is purely muscle memory and overlook. By the way, funny story, when I already started consistently making orders and post your work, I started writing major studios, straight big studios. They wanted to hire me to work in their studio. Too, I make them animations on a permanent basis. And to be honest, first thought was wow, success. And then I was afraid to agree to it. The thing is that I am a student and I study for a very difficult technical specialty. You have no idea how much homework we are asked. This is just some kind of nightmare. And I soberly assessed my strength. I realized that if I subscribe to studio deadlines, me either fly out of university, either just let the studio down and ruin reputation at the very beginning of the journey. I did not want to, so I chose to stay freelancing, and you know I do not regret at all. Freelance gives freedom. Let's talk about the most interesting. About money, how much can you earn at all on this? See, for one profile animation you can take from $100, and this is the initial average price. It all depends on the complexity of the work itself, from how many people want exactly to you, well, and from your personal upload. If you have a queue a month in advance, feel free to raise the price tag. But then the main question of newcomers arises. And where to get these customers? Who even needs these animations? Write down working schemes promotion. This is generally separate art. First, you just need to communicate with people in the community. Write comments under other people's beautiful profiles. Glow up second. Very cool method to make a guide into a stim with free animations. You make a couple beautiful universal animations and put them in open access. But very important condition. You will definitely leave your nickname right on the animation or proscribe harsh conditions. 2 people point out the link to you. Thus, hundreds of people take your animation to their profile, and their profiles work as free advertising for you. People walk in on see them, beauty, see your nickname, and come to you to order something individual. Another method, but this is for the brave. You can write to popular people in style who have level 100 there, 200th and more. That is whales who invest money in their account. You write to them in person or in the comment and offer. Make them cool exclusive animation absolutely free, but on one condition, that you attach your nickname somewhere on the side and that person will tag you in their profile description. Rich profiles collect huge traffic. If such a person marks you, a bunch of people will come to you with money, but there is a huge danger. Do not overdo this method. If you take 5 free profiles in a row, you're just gonna have burnout. You'll sit sweating over layers in Author Effect. Understand that you will not be paid a penny for this, and you're just gonna hate the animation. Leave strength for paid orders. And if you want to do it for free, offer them a discount. Tell me, I will make a discount 30 to 70%. If you leave a link to me, it works great too. And since we're talking about orders, don't be afraid to work on prepayment, please. Appreciate your time. I always work on prepaid. 30% money first, then I sit down to cut the layers in Photoshop. Normal adequate customers absolutely calm about this. If a person refuses to pay 30%, then most likely he wouldn't pay you at the end. And in general, it often happens like this, that people pay for orders in full even before how I started work. And when I throw them the finished result, and they're thrilled. The customer can also transfer tips from above. This is straight crazy nice. When your work is so appreciated, and here you are now watching how I do this animation. And you know me constantly, right? How did you do that? How did you do that breathing? And show the settings of this effect. And I understood that just can't answer everyone in person. In short, I gathered all my experience, all your knowledge, and made your own course. Very cool course. It's not that to a typical tutorial on YouTube for 10 minutes. Where does the author say, well, here we cut the layers. And now the magic of editing, and you have a complex animation ready. No, I myself have always been infuriated by such lessons. My course, this is full access to real professional projects, from the very first click to the final render. In the course, you will get 2 full animations. 2 large projects and a detailed process goes to them. Here is a straight lifetime process. More than 7 hours of recording in real time. I did not cut anything. No sudden inserts in style. I did here behind the scenes know my every mouse click, every layer, every mistake, and how I fix it. My every decision. You just open my files. Look at my screen and understand the logic. You get your hands on Photoshop files and source code. Author Effect. But the most brilliant, as for me, is what goes bonus. Buying this course, you get not just those 2 drafts, you get lifetime access to our private studio in Discord. This studio we lead together with Gatsu. What does that mean? It means you get my job extra course on an ongoing basis. Every time I do some new major animation, I will upload the source code and process there to the server. That is, you take the course once and you get new animations and parsing constantly. Well, tell me, isn't this brilliant? I would sell myself at the beginning of the journey for such a soul. Honest word. So, and now straight. Stop for a second. Attention, if you decide to buy a course, listen to me now very carefully, sure. Listen to this before buying. When will you place an order? Very important, specify your valid real email. Don't write their left mail. Why? See how this system works? As soon as you paid, you instantly get access to the first project. You can immediately see and start learning. But access to the second, a more complex project, and access to all downloaded files will be update and is on our closed Discord server. And there I add people with my hands. After your purchase, I will personally write to you on that email which you indicated. I will ask you for your nickname in Discord. We will add each other as friends, and only after that I will send you an invitation to private server. If you specify the mail with a typo or that which you do not have access to, I just can't find you. I can only contact you via email. So please specify the correct mail and check the spam folder after purchase. Though I did this huge course, though I take expensive orders, but I genuinely believe what I'm still learning. After Effects, these are such bottomless programs. When you know the program base, when you realize how keys work, masks and so on, you can constantly come up with different new ways of animation. You are constantly improving your work. I am 100% sure. What even if you learn from me on the course? Look, all those 7 hours from and to, you still won't do exactly the same as me. But first time, yes, really it will be. You will follow me, repeat, click and click, because you only dive into the program. Hone your base. You are afraid to press the wrong way. But it will take a couple of weeks. Month you get used to the interface and everything. You will start creating your own ideas. You will start combining effects in their own way, and you form your own unique style. And my task is to give you reinforced concrete, professional base and here, by the way, look at the screen. Now here's that. What did you and I do today? In this video tutorial on the background, it's simple and very easy. Pretty animation. I made her in a couple of hours. And compare this one and this art with more professional animation. You will get the process of this animation, files of this animation in a closed Discord server after buying the course. And now look at these two other animations. This is draft 1 and draft 2 from my course. See the difference. See that level of micro moves, seamless loop, how the parts move, how layers break up. These are exactly the kind of difficult things you will learn to do if you pass my course. This is a whole other level for which customers are willing to pay serious money. Well, that we are already coming to an end. I hope you were interested in listening to my thoughts and look at the process. I have a huge request for you. Please write in the comments your questions on my topic. What are you wondering? Any questions? I really need to know what you care about. 2. I had something interesting to tell and show in the next such conversational video. I remind you of the link to the course I will leave in the text. In the description, just copy it or scan the QR code right now from the screen. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this video to the end. Wish you patience in studying Author Effect. See you in private Discord server or in the next video. Everyone, bye bye.